Hey everybody, Dillahan here with a new tip of the week, and today I want to talk about Lascannon Devastators and their beam intensity. So it says right here in the tool tip, but I just wanted to remind people because I saw a thread about this recently. So the way they work is as they attack stuff, they build up a charge over time, which is reset if they are knocked down, stunned, whatever. Unlike Shadow Specters, though, you see they can move and then continue to do their higher damage output, so the beam intensity doesn't fall off when they change targets, unlike Shadow Specters, where it will build up as they attack the same target, but if they change the target at all, it goes away. However, the reason for that is Shadow Specters can move while they're targeting units. So that's one consideration to keep in mind, is that Shadow Specters can hover towards units while charging their beam, meaning that it can be very deadly against a lot of vehicles that simply can't move faster than them. So, talk about last kind of Devastators. You can see how the bar underneath their health, that is their beam charge. When it's red, that means their max charge. But you can see slow doesn't do anything. But I believe there will be some sort of knockdown soon that will show that the beam does basically get reset completely. So that brings them back down to their 15 DPS, right? So their initial DPS is really crappy. So as a result, you need that beam intensity built up to do any real damage with them. So part of fighting Devastators is going to be managing your knockdown, your stuns, and all that stuff, just to make sure they always stay as close to zero as possible. So there was a thread on the forums discussing changing them to be more like Shadow Specters, where when they change targets, they lose their damage. I don't think that's necessary. I think the mechanics are already in the game for Lascannons to be quite easily countered. If you kind of ignore them and just let them build up damage, even at 78 DPS, I believe that's like 20% of that against normal infantry. It's not a lot of damage, really. It's quite pitiful damage, actually. It's like scout tier damage. And so, I think there's a lot of tools already in the game to disrupt them and make sure their damage stays as close to zero as possible. Perhaps the beams do charge up a little quick, although, as we saw before they got buffed, they simply weren't charging up fast enough and they were irrelevant. So, seems like a tricky balance to me, but I think they're fine as is. Especially once they start losing members. Again, the DPS, unlike Dawn of War 2, where weapons were generally, for example, Devastators had the one guy with the gun, and then the other guys were just there as hit points, they do actually represent a huge chunk of the damage, which means that killing individual models still drastically reduces their DPS significantly. So that's another thing to keep in mind, is that even if you don't kill them outright, just killing a model or two is going to reduce their damage as well. Anyway, that's this week's tip of the week. Thanks for watching. Bye.